What if everything you thought you knew about reality was wrong? From the nature of time to the possibility that you're living in a simulation, some theories push the boundaries of our understanding and leave us questioning the world around us. In this video, we're counting down the top 5 mind-bending theories that challenge reality itself. We'll explore concepts like Eternalism, where time isn't what it seems, the simulation theory, which makes you wonder if life is just a high-tech game, and even the Holographic Universe, where our world might just be a projection. Each theory offers a unique way of thinking about existence, consciousness, and the universe. So, buckle up and get ready to have your mind blown as we dive into these fascinating ideas. Let's begin. Eternalism. Is time an illusion? Eternalism is a theory that challenges everything we think we know about time. According to this idea, the past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. They are already out there, and we simply experience them sequentially. Time, in this view, is not a flowing river moving ever forward. Instead, it resembles a map where every point exists at once, waiting to be explored. In this framework, what we call the present is not special or privileged. It is merely the moment you happen to be experiencing. For someone else, this moment might be part of their past or future. For example, imagine you and a friend traveling at different speeds through space. While you perceive an event as happening now, your friend might see it as already past or yet to come. This aligns with Einstein's theory of relativity, which shows that time is relative and depends on the observer's position and motion. One of Eternalism's most significant claims is that all moments in time are equally real. The past, the future, and the present are not distinct in their existence. They only appear separate because of how we perceive them. Think of it like a book. All the pages exist at the same time. However, as you read, you are only aware of one page at a time. This doesn't mean the other pages are any less real. You're just not experiencing them in the moment. Eternalism also raises profound questions about free will. If every moment in the future already exists, are we truly making choices? Or are we simply following a predetermined path? According to this theory, the outcomes of our decisions and the moments leading up to those decisions are all already present. This perspective leans toward determinism, rather than the traditional view of free will. This concept also reshapes how we think about life and death. If every moment exists permanently, then the things we believe to be lost may not be as gone as they seem. For example, if the moments we shared with loved ones still exist in the fabric of time, they are not entirely lost to us. Eternalism suggests that time, as we experience it, may be nothing more than an illusion created by our perception. This idea encourages us to view life not as a fleeting sequence of moments, but as a unified whole, where every experience holds equal value and permanence. Simulation theory. Simulation theory suggests that the reality we experience might not be real at all, but rather a sophisticated simulation created by a higher intelligence. Imagine waking up in a dream, thinking you're living your life, but realizing at some point that everything around you is a construct. In the case of simulation theory, it's not a dream, but a highly advanced, artificially constructed reality designed to simulate the world we think we know. At its core, simulation theory proposes that the universe and everything within it, from the stars to the air we breathe, is part of a digital simulation, much like a video game, created by a superior civilization. Just as a computer can simulate the physics of a world, it might be possible for a powerful entity to simulate an entire universe. Our lives, our actions, even the laws of physics, could be mere data within an enormous computer system. The theory is built on the assumption that as technology advances, it will eventually be possible to create incredibly detailed and convincing simulations of reality. In the same way we now create video games with stunning graphics and complex worlds, future civilizations could design simulations indistinguishable from actual reality. We, as inhabitants of such a simulation, would have no way of knowing that we're not living in a real universe. Everything we experience, from the ground beneath our feet to the thoughts in our minds, could simply be lines of code. One way to understand this concept is by imagining a highly detailed, interactive video game, where the characters are so well developed that they experience consciousness. The characters within the game believe they live in a real world, but in fact, their entire existence is just part of a simulation, controlled by an external player. According to simulation theory, that player could be an advanced civilization, observing and interacting with us, just as we interact with characters in a game. This leads to some intriguing questions about the nature of reality, existence, and free will. If we are in a simulation, is everything predetermined by the creators of the simulation? Are our choices truly our own, or are they part of the program designed by the beings running the simulation? And if we discovered that we were living in a simulated world, would it change how we live our lives? Would the boundaries of reality shift, or would we continue to experience our world as if nothing had changed? Simulation theory doesn't just offer a scientific and philosophical proposition, it also forces us to rethink the very nature of existence. If we are living in a simulation, does it make our experiences less real? Or in the grand scheme of things, does it even matter? Just like in a video game, the world we experience might be artificial, but that doesn't necessarily make our emotions, relationships, or the meaning we find in life any less significant. Simulation theory invites us to question our perceptions of reality, urging us to wonder, what if everything we know, everything we experience, is just a meticulously crafted illusion? Quantum immortality. Can you live forever? Imagine a reality where you never truly die. No matter what happens to you, there's always a version of you that continues to live somewhere in the multiverse. This is the essence of quantum immortality, a mind-bending theory based on the principles of quantum mechanics. At its core, quantum immortality suggests that death is not the end of existence, but rather a transition between different versions of ourselves in parallel universes. This theory is rooted in the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which posits that every possible outcome of a quantum event actually happens, creating multiple branches of reality. So, in a world governed by quantum immortality, every time you face a life-threatening situation, a you survives in some version of the multiverse. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, contemplating a jump. According to the theory, in one universe you might fall to your death, but in another you land safely. Each time you encounter such a dangerous scenario, the version of you that dies ceases to exist, but the version that survives continues on. As a result, from your perspective, you are never truly dead. Instead, you're perpetually in the version of reality where you survive, even if that's just one of many possibilities. The idea can be unsettling, as it raises profound questions about the nature of consciousness and personal identity. If every time you survive a dangerous event, a new version of you continues, what does that say about the real you? Are you simply a fleeting collection of probabilities, constantly splitting into countless versions of yourself? And what about the versions of you that die? Are they still conscious somewhere in another universe, experiencing their own version of reality? Quantum immortality also suggests that there might be no such thing as a permanent death. If the theory is true, then for any given person, there will always be a parallel reality in which they continue to live, no matter the circumstances. This would make immortality not a result of avoiding death, but rather the unavoidable persistence of one's existence across the infinite possibilities of the multiverse. However, the concept of quantum immortality comes with its own set of challenges and paradoxes. It's impossible to test directly, as we cannot experience parallel universes or observe which version of ourselves survives a particular event. The theory remains speculative, though it challenges our conventional understanding of life and death. It forces us to reconsider what it means to live and whether death is truly an end or just another branch in an ever-expanding multiverse of possibilities. Quantum immortality makes us wonder, if the universe is full of infinite possibilities, is death really the final chapter? Or is it just another door waiting to be opened in a new reality? Solipsism. The world exists only in your mind. Have you ever wondered if the world around you is real, or if it's just a projection of your own mind? This is the central question of solipsism, a philosophical theory that suggests that only your own mind is certain to exist. Everything you perceive, from the people you meet to the world you interact with, may be nothing more than a construct within your consciousness. According to solipsism, the only thing you can truly know to exist is your own thoughts and experiences. The external world, everything you perceive through your senses, might not be real at all. It could be an elaborate illusion created by your mind. In essence, solipsism challenges the idea that there is an objective reality separate from your perception. Instead, it proposes that all of reality could be entirely subjective, existing only because you are conscious of it. Imagine walking through a forest, feeling the breeze, hearing the rustle of leaves, and seeing the trees sway in the wind. Under solipsism, you could argue that these experiences might not be real. Perhaps the forest, the wind, and even the other people you interact with are just figments of your imagination. In this view, the reality you experience is shaped entirely by your mind's interpretations, and no one else can truly confirm the existence of an external world beyond your own perception. This theory raises profound questions about the nature of consciousness and reality. If only your mind exists, then how can you be sure that anyone else around you is real? Are other people simply characters in your mental narrative, playing roles in your own personal story? If the world is only a product of your own thoughts, does that mean your life and experiences have no inherent meaning, apart from what you assign to them? Solipsism also challenges our understanding of relationships and connection. If others are just projections of your mind, how can you form genuine bonds with them? Can love, friendship, or empathy exist in a world where those you care about might be no more than figments of your imagination? These questions can be unsettling, as they strip away the assumed reality of the world and relationships we hold dear. Yet solipsism is not necessarily a denial of the importance of life's experiences. Even if the world is only a creation of your mind, the feelings and interactions you have within it can still feel real and meaningful. For instance, the joy you feel when you see a beautiful sunset or the sorrow when you lose someone can be deeply felt, regardless of whether the sunset or the person is real in the traditional sense. While solipsism challenges our understanding of reality, it also prompts a deeper reflection on the nature of perception and existence. If the world is truly a creation of your mind, then what does that say about the power of your thoughts and consciousness? Could it mean that reality itself is more fluid and malleable than we think, shaped by our beliefs and perceptions? At its core, solipsism invites us to question the nature of reality itself, suggesting that perhaps the only thing we can truly know is our own consciousness. It's a theory that blurs the lines between what is real and what is imagined, and forces us to reconsider the nature of our existence in an endlessly mysterious world. Holographic Universe. Is reality just a projection? What if everything we see, feel, and experience is not what it seems? What if the universe we perceive is merely a projection, like an image on a screen, and the real world lies somewhere beyond our grasp? This is the essence of the holographic universe theory, which suggests that the universe we live in is actually a hologram, a three-dimensional illusion created by information stored on a distant, two-dimensional surface. The holographic universe theory has its roots in both theoretical physics and information theory, and it challenges our most fundamental understanding of reality. According to this theory, all of the physical laws, space, and time that we experience could be encoded on a flat two-dimensional surface at the edge of the universe, much like how a hologram is a three-dimensional image encoded in 2 dimensions. In this view, what we perceive as the real world is actually just a projection, or a shadow, of this two-dimensional information. To understand this concept, think of how a hologram works. When you shine light on a special surface, it creates a 3D image. The image seems to exist in 3 dimensions, but it's actually encoded on a flat surface. Similarly, in the holographic universe, the entire cosmos, every star, planet, and even the very fabric of space-time could be a projection from information stored in a distant, 2-dimensional realm. The theory gains some credibility from certain findings in physics, especially in the study of black holes. In the 1990s, physicists discovered that the amount of information that can be stored within a black hole is proportional to its surface area, not its volume. This suggested that the information about everything inside the black hole might be encoded on its two-dimensional surface, leading to the idea that our entire universe could be similarly encoded on a vast, distant surface. The implications of the holographic universe are mind-boggling. If our universe is a hologram, then what does that mean for the nature of existence? Are we just like pixels on a screen, part of a larger system that we cannot fully comprehend? And if reality is merely a projection, what is the source of the information that creates it? Some proponents of the theory argue that this could imply the existence of a higher dimensional realm, perhaps a world beyond our own perception, where the true nature of reality resides. But beyond its technical aspects, the holographic universe theory raises deep philosophical questions. If our experiences are just projections, does that make them any less real? Can something truly exist if it's just an illusion? This concept challenges the very idea of physicality, as it suggests that the universe might not be made up of solid objects or tangible matter at all, but rather of information. It blurs the lines between the real world and the abstract ideas we use to describe it, leaving us to wonder how much of what we experience is truly a product of our minds. Moreover, the holographic universe also touches on the nature of consciousness. If reality is a projection, then does consciousness play a role in shaping it? Are we active participants in the creation of this holographic reality, or are we simply observers, living in a world that is unfolding independently of our awareness? This line of thought suggests that our minds might have a far more intimate connection to the universe than we previously thought, perhaps even shaping the reality we experience. Ultimately, the holographic universe theory invites us to question everything we think we know about existence. Are we living in a universe of solid objects, or are we part of a vast cosmic projection? The idea that our universe could be an illusion challenges the very foundation of what we consider to be real, and invites us to explore the mysteries of reality, consciousness, and the cosmos in ways that we never imagined. As we explore these 5 mind-bending theories, Eternalism, simulation theory, quantum immortality, Solipsism, and the holographic universe, we dive deep into the mysteries of existence. Each of these theories challenges our understanding of reality, life, and consciousness, opening up new ways to think about the world and our place within it. Whether it's the idea that time is already set in stone, or the possibility that we live in a simulated universe, these concepts push us to question what we believe to be true. As we delve further into these philosophical and scientific enigmas, we may come to realize that our understanding of the universe is far from complete, and that the answers to our most profound questions might lie in places we've never imagined. Stay curious, keep questioning, and never stop exploring the infinite possibilities of existence.